Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Since before getting into AI, let us have something else where we find how we Indians do have the kind of information which we know all about. Who eat rice more, North Indians or South Indians? Rice more, South Indians. Who eat wheat more? Punjabis or North Indians. That's a way classification. But when we get into the depth of artificial intelligence, we found it's nothing to do with North Indian, South Indian. It's more to do with your body conditions, where if your body is heat and if you are looking for chill, then you have to have rice. Remove R from rice is ice. And again, if your body is chill and if you are looking for heat, remove W from wheat is heat. So it's so simple and it's proved where it's more of an environment. It's nothing to do with North Indian, South Indian. It's more to do with body condition. And North Indian can have more food and South Indian can have more in terms of rotis and chapatis. So at least lunchtime I thought at least this one example we can narrate so that it will stick to that and people can recognize at least artificial intelligence, how much it helps us on that. And again, I have stated saying like in computers, anything you say first, it's a feature. If you allow end users to comment, it's a bug. So try to keep more communication, try to keep more effective so that that communication comes out faster and reliable. Here again, I've made the definitions, whatever it said, but I do hear from my people sitting here from yesterday and here till today, they were saying more in terms of use case will do more so that the case studies can give you more clarity in that. So I have made that presentation such a way like every slide has a case study. So which I will talk more on the case studies which will enable and keep you more awake. So here we say like why such artificial intelligence or digital transformation? What is the basics? Why we want that? So it has to get that more in terms of how we can save time, money and efforts. So whatever we do, we should have that criteria where it should help us to do in terms of transforming that information, but it's more to do with saving money, time and effort. So whichever technology which has already made us to do that whatever upcoming technology should take care of that. That's the way technology should be. Otherwise people, you can see in corporates, they have something called domain legacy, which is nothing but, again, it talks about these three things: money, time and efforts. Here I have given an example of why similar thing is spoken more now comparatively on that. The kind of digital transformation so far was more on the corporate digital, where we're keeping the stakeholders and the internal users happy. That's the way corporate digital was performing. Touchwood, till today also it's going like that. Nowhere, I'm from BFSI, I can proudly say nowhere we are focused more on the customers, it's focused more on the corporate, where the internal stakeholders and internal automation, we call it like an user can do better things is automation. So technology was focusing more on that. But Corona time, people realized that particular internal corporate digital is not going to sustain more. Everybody has to think about customer digital, where every individual customer has to be treated as corporate. That's where the change has come. That's where today you can see people struggle even with whatever combination of technology they have, but still they are worried whether the technology talks about customer or the technology supports about corporate. So it's a thin line. Again, it's nothing more distinguishing. But the wow factor from end customer matters a lot. That's where you can see the kind of even small organizations doing well is because of the kind of customer approach they have taken it. Customer digital was more sound than the corporate digital. And again, these are the artificial intelligence definition. They are saying like how the kind of omni-channels and the kind of collaboration which is happening on that. But we can see it up in two different fashion. As the experience, what I would try to communicate here, there are two sets of people. One set comes from the normal small organizations, could be startup. That's where the people, developers originate more, they do everything out of it. That set of people till end, they are empowered to do so many things. They are still continuing to expect and they want that kind of authority and approval so that they are able to deliver on that. The other set of people join big companies, big concerns. They do have the standard process, policy, procedures, but they can't do anything individually on their own. So this is the give and take and give, whichever you call it. But the kind of information what we are trying to take it up, a person wherever is trying to use an entrepreneur model, that's where the kind of expectations set, and that improves a lot more of digital transformation and supports digital transformation. Again, here I mentioned that the kind of applications also seen such a way. Like today, if you see the kind of customized applications, we go by the people who are power users from our company. So we don't have something called this is a community who knows better about information and customers. So power user doesn't mean, again, you have a small threshold there where that person is from your company and he talks about a better than the other person, but is not the best than the other people and other competition going through that. So these are the small things. It matters a lot because artificial intelligence throws to say like how much people from internal, especially HR, IT, and the admin functions has to get transformed. That's where the internal things keeps going and moving faster on that. Again, this is the definition in terms of how we can improve the decision making. So I have put two examples here. One, Bihar insurance claim where ICU is missing. The initial report of an insurance information is what? Like, especially how many people are Biharis here? Okay, good. So it's a report generated to say in Bihar people do take more claims. It's not a right part of it, and more claims, like 72% above claims were taken. And they have mentioned like people are used to that such claims, and it's a nasty comment pasted on that state people try to take advantage of the weakness of the insurance system. But the study got involved, and artificial intelligence information, whatever we captured, compete with the information which is from government, and we found the people who got injured, who got into the symptoms of medical, they have only ICU, proper ICU at Patna only. So otherwise other things are named as medical, but it's not having well-equipped ICUs. So they found almost 55 ICUs are required, otherwise this will continue and people will try to land up in some more problems on that. So that first information is more to say a particular state is misusing the information, but that artificial intelligence gave more information and it found like it's more to do with the state where they have to empower with the kind of hospitals which will do it. And the topmost, the insurance claimer has agreed to give more than 55 ICUs and sponsoring for such things. They have committed 2024. So Bihari's good news is 2024, April, this all 55 will be functional. It's available in YouTube. So small things, but it matters a lot when it comes to society. And generally, artificial intelligence might throw 360-degree of information, not necessarily right, but when we try to fulfill and try to take the exact purpose and the information, it matters a lot on that. Again, gold loan, here again 360 view of it. Gold loan, generally people think like, they try to come and sell softwares to us. They say, sir, this software has all omni-channels escalation. You can try to fire the customer anytime. But when we went into the study, we ourselves deployed a gold loan at Kerala, and dramatically it went into major failure. We couldn't go more further on that. So when we studied that, we found gold loan concept is what people doesn't want that's gold to be operated again and again. So if you're, for example, if you're taking a loan for 2 lakhs, if your gold is worth of 3.5 lakhs, they will provide 2 lakhs, and system should generate as much as information to provide 1.5 lakhs to you, and I have to acquire the gold. Those are the companies they are acquiring, rather than my system is giving, he is a defaulter, please go to him. No, you try to follow up with him to collect the money. So if you're collecting the money and releasing the gold, then that's not a profit model. You have to give them more information, get them, like if they have kids, then the son's education, girls' marriage, or whatever they want to provide, they can try to communicate and try to convince them to take the money so that the 3.5 lakhs goes to them and we take the gold. So why we are giving similar things, this is actually 360 view degree of the information which a corporate, it's not so easy to take it up. I can put all the top, whatever you say, like those are the people we suggested gold loans will be successful to you, but they also didn't know in depth what's happening behind the screens. So information matters a lot, how we try to take it up, and it enables us to communicate with them. And that above definitions I can put, like people do have technology part of artificial intelligence, but it matters a lot how your organization and culture of the people, it enables you to go closer to them, get engaged and take information part of it. Again, the kind of data consuming, people try to say rural India where to capture information. I can narrate a good example. 2-3 days before, it was a big program running in Tamil Nadu. It's a Tiruvannamalai, one particular village where they are trying to light the lamp on the top of the mountain, where majority data was captured by the people, where more than 20 lakh people come inside, and which are all the places they have the parking, They have the drones to capture like which place is more crowded, which are the place. They are able to shoot that even above and ahead of the mountain, which was claimed as one of the spiritual thing. So technology can do more things, technology can take the opportunities, technology can capture. When I was discussing with them, they said, this is the first time IG of Chennai is sitting in that village to see the monitors. You are so thrilled, you've never heard about such things, which the local people are doing part of the technology. So it matters a lot, it's not information means information will come out. One of the example what he said, the particular sthral inside the temple will occupy only 300 people, but in the personal note, they have given more than 600 to 750 passes, so that much crowd is already coming. So good olden days, they allow them, people get stabbed inside. That's the way it is. So when it reaches 275, system has put a lock to say already it is full, so people have to wait outside. Let him be whatever maybe the senior position, they came late, they couldn't do it out. So earlier they had the similar problems, but they don't have a data. Today they are able to take it up. Now they are saying this data, they can predict another 2 years. They can automate such things, which will be more flexible and trying to handle things on that. So it's not data capturing only through that. We didn't know what are things we do, people try to capture data behind the screens. Again, in India, e-business is less to do with electronics, more to do with emotions. So until you don't capture the emotions, it's not so easy to cater to things. And we found with whatever it's coming out as an output or outcome, it's both ways. Like some places the digital has gone ahead, some places digital is struggling, some places people are not aware and things are not as much here to take it up. I have taken Google Maps and Google Earth. How many people know the difference between Google Maps and Google Earth? Anyone? Anyone? Yes, madam. Okay. See, Google Maps, Google Earth, Google Maps made by us, for us, again used by us. I can go and put Grand Hyatt in Worli Mahindra Towers, still it will pick up, it won't have any error, it will show, even somebody puts what you say Grand Hyatt near Worli, it will show that place first and this place second. But Google Earth is fully monitored and actually owned by Google. So whatever you put, it won't accept, it will do the diligence, checking, resilience and then try to put it. And from the corporate you can find the vehicles, when you try with the vehicle and the mobile phone, the Google Maps doesn't match. Because vehicles, what are the Google Map used are from the Google Earth. So that will have the standard data which is authentic and it's cleared. And if you see from the mobile phones, what are we use, it gives any information on that. Again, here we are specifying to say Google Earth is costly, it's paid, but still we have to create that authentic information and try to use it effectively. That's what we said, like it's more to do with e-business, less to do with electronics, more to do with emotions. Again here, when you say more in terms of the kind of things emerging out, you call it as emerging science, you're calling it emerging need or demand or current need, whatever from the technology, we can see more informations are emerging and people are not aware of the kind of policy procedures which is coming. Where if you want to see, recently people didn't know even to use a mobile phone, what all the things required and how we can escalate timely and what all the information we should not share through mobiles. And again, WhatsApp it is having more and Facebook, LinkedIn, other Twitter kind of things are there. When we put part of corporate, where Mahindra, when they selected Twitter, they have taken the official Twitter, which is installed to all the PCs, where we can't go and put a negative comment easily. Any positive comment, like it takes faster. If you are trying to put a negative comment, it has to get an approval from your admin, then only it allows it. So why I'm telling it out, the negative positives, beyond that, like that culture of the organization should be more in terms of what type of richness of information should be used, and each and everybody is responsible to the information. So if we are trying to say like tomorrow we should have good artificial intelligence, good information, then it is our responsibility to even post the data or information, which should be more logical and it's having the supporting information. Again, it's more of a pressure how organizations do struggle a lot. It could be even middle, average and large organizations. Everybody wants to do new products, new services, lower cost and higher quality. But I've just mentioned the pressures for how people do try to take it up. In our case, that's what I said, like we do have 35,000 users, but we do have more than 8 million customers. So majority information when we try to fix it or when you try to do more in terms of extraction, we try to take from 8 million, not from this 35,000, which comes part of it. And again, if you see like the artificial intelligence in terms of domains, people do get struggle a lot. I'm a layman, I can't give the suggestion or feedback to IT, or I'm a layman, I can't give it to accounts. I'm a layman, again, I didn't know the market things happening. So here we have defined like where we can participate. Technology advancements will be purely from service domain, not from IT domain. Again, IT domain should have more in terms of getting the legislation. That's where the flexibility comes more, because until they don't know the kind of impact it's coming, it's not so easy to find out. And again, financial domain comes part of the market dynamics. Again, market dynamics, not necessarily which is happening across, it's specific in your area, how things are put up and how things can be extracted and information can be taken it up. Again, organizational domain here, we are mentioning the customer value. So organization should focus more on the customers, not more on the internal process automation and keeping the the kind of logistics which matters a lot. It's all should come part of the technology advancement. So it gives more clarity which domain who can do and how they can take it part of it, so that that particular information comes more specific on that. This slide we have put more in terms of banking and financial services, where people still get confused more to say like how the systems means. We continue to say ERPs doesn't work for us, and ERPs continue to say no, it's working for a bank, why it's not working for you. So until this chart, if we didn't mug it up, it doesn't take much in terms of taking it up. But to make it very simple, it's purely on the transaction mode. Banking technologies, where it considers the transaction for the day. I can start at 10 a.m. till 5 p.m. Whichever transaction entered for the day, it will take it on that day. Otherwise, it will take to the next day, or it will take to the previous day. In financial services, especially from the NBFCs, they will go by the locked and unlocked period. If I lock the system by September 30th September, then till 30th September, whatever transaction it is locked, and whatever transaction I can process till I'm in December, I can go and do from whatever from 1st November, all the transaction I can use it. So it's simple, but it's not so easy. Where the developers struggle, because the reports will not go by the document date, reports will not go by the value date. For the internal regulators, it has to go by the document date, and for your company internal, everything specific, it should be more towards the value date. So these are small things, but it matters a lot. But that's where the difference comes out, and systems can take it up. Why I'm giving artificial intelligence? Because majority developers say, I'm in this field for more than 20 years, 30 years, I'm a core Oracle domain person. But when you put him on the financial services, he says, sir, I have written, but why still people say, I don't know the technology? So it's nothing to do with technology, it's more of that best, how that information flows on. It's all small, we call it as core systems internally, how they design, and the design should be known to the partners, and it helps them when they try to negotiate with the people to take it up. Again, this is an exit of more of a BFSI, where we are trying to create the delivery channels, where artificial intelligence, so far it's supported more on the delivery channels, but we are trying to pull it back to take to the back office, front office and other areas. That's where reality in terms of information will give us more on that. Again, earn to pay model, which is part of the system, where the community cloud was arrived by us, where we have put all the NBFCs from the local place, the players will be participating in a cloud, they can put the technology, where customer will decide from whom I can take it up, and that's more, we call it as a community cloud, which is nothing but earn to pay model. We'll make them to earn so that they can pay for us. For example, you have taken a loan for a taxi or something else specific, it will give the references part of the data on a daily basis to you. Based on that, you can try to extract it. You have taken a truck, heavy truck or something else specific for the business purpose, it will keep the other kind of engagement, people who rely and depend on trucks and try to use it out. It's from the system data, this 8 million records are available based on the information and the level of authenticity given to the person. So what I'm trying to say, the delivery channels, earlier it was only focusing on the customer delivery channels. Now if you are talking about more of a customer digital, then you should create an earn to pay model. During COVID, it was more, flexible in terms of people are able to get the data, they are able to transact it, which they don't have it. But the expectation set is what they want in multilingual. Again, local language will play a different role. That's why the partners trying to take it up. This again a normal framework where how corporates generally try to take it up. But if you take it up in a normal expectation in terms of rural India, like the data we have to collect from that party also, we have to take it from the social media, we have to extract that information based on the melas, festivals, whichever is happening across. That's where you can see we can go close to the customers and trying to take it up. But if you see on a normal thumb rule, the basics which we require, try to put it inside. And again, it depends on the data of the customer, where the customer himself is having thin margins, then open source kind of things can be used. If customers are good enough to use it more on that, they can try to take it part of it. Again, Ola, Uber. How many people use Ola, Uber? Okay, good. How many people use before Ola, Uber? A government has given a slab in Google. This is what the taxi fare and auto fare. How many people use it? No. So because the artificial intelligence so far was supporting only the Ola, Uber guys. Okay, so it's not supporting customers. So if you put airport from your place, that artificial intelligence system will add the amount whatever it is. But if you want to go to the airport but with a premise price, for me like Kandivali to Andheri or you call it as international airport, we won't put that. We will put JP Nagar. So I will get half of the amount only, and I will say JP Nagar nearby, whichever is there, we have to try to take it up, because these are the artificial intelligence which we try to make part of the system so that their price won't be my price. Okay, one, and again don't try to use the same app again and again. That price 50 rupees will be added to that, and they will try to show as if the particular place is more jammed with that. And Google has a table chart where Maharashtra government has authorized recently how much you have to pay for auto, how much you have to pay for that. This is approved by all governments, and we have the rights to tell them they should not charge beyond this, even though whatever luxury you call it. That's best, they have got the license, but very few people know. And why I'm putting it out, we might have best technology, digital transformation. By keeping silent, you are making other person to pay. Okay, so this digital transformation requires more of coordination from people. Even complaints should go to the relevant government just so that they can take it up seriously, because they say very few people complain. So complaint areas we take it up. Otherwise, they found that college near areas people do complain. It's other way around. We think like college people like more luxury and they won't complain. We are the people, we say like, no, we talk about money, value and all, but unfortunate, normal public doesn't do. The youngsters at least they do a little bit, so that at college near places they have made it. Even the auto fare beyond 27 rupees, if you try to take it up and people try to take 20 rupees, or in that case vice versa, they are saying like you have to have this minimum travel. So and the app will tell you, when you try to take that Google app, put it in your phone, it will tell you how much of that 20 rupees or that 27 rupees you have reached. Sometimes we give 20 rupees, they won't take it up, but still you want to be and you want to be more loyal, then you can see that whether I've reached cross 25 rupees above or still I'm, because majority people complain here only. Means if it is less, people agree to pay 20, if it's more only complain, but we can do both ways. See, the artificial intelligence, people think like it's more to do with information, it's more to do with culture, it's more to do with values, it's more to do with like how we different things we take it up. Here I have connected my research in terms of how the DNA of a company can try to take it up. Here we had this 3 Bs were containing that how that belief behavior which will convert us into best business. So here like we have the left brain, right brain, try to take that information part of it, and trying to categorize them, mythology expression, cultural expression, management expression, this part of the system, which we compare and try to have that yardsticks, which will give you global aspects in terms of how to convert such behavioral things, because I said e-business in India is more to do with emotions, nothing to do with the electronics. So capture that defined part of the system, try to take it up, and again the yardsticks, how it is meant, why not measurable intent, other things. Based on that, today they are able to extract information, they are trying to create artificial intelligence. Why I'm giving this, even you don't have data, you can create data and go ahead, because it's a finance company where they don't have data because they operated in rural India. They had more than 8 million customers. Initially it was explained like this to the customers or internal people when they reached to the location. Then they started plotting the data, more than 3.5 million customers, they plotted the data. They are able to extract that information, trying to build what it is, and they started doing that information, whatever they can do part of it. It's an offline, using the plotter, they are able to take the data where they tied up with Google. Google has given them, based on the agreement number, it will store the data part of Google. Once we come back to do it, this will give over a period of time that kind of information expected. And again, cloud, since people talk about the data centers, again we are saying, I put it short to say, people can have only that year financial data on the production, other data can be taken back to the other systems, and high density data centers can be taken part of it. So why we are telling this now, if you want to have production near DR, far DR, no need to dump all the data, you can have only the financial year data which is available part of it, and trying to do similar things part of it, which enables us to do more things. I hope I can take it up. These are the other case studies. Anyway, I'll leave it to you people to take it up since we are running out of time. And the information, what it is, it's like artificial intelligence is part of us. So it's nothing called we have to do something more. We lost it. That's where it is seen more on that. Where anything you keep that as an information, you chat to that. This is self-explanatory. Is telling like in an office, if people have 10 books, 10 people keep the 10 books so that it is shareable and we can use it. It's also an information, but it matters a lot. You no need to buy all the books. Thanks for your valuable time. And if any questions, we'll take it.